Welcome to the program, friend. I am your host, Randall Terry. This is Voice of Resistance, day 2 of Donald Trump's Gettysburg address, and we are officially on the road to bring the message to the church in Florida, North Carolina, and several other states that it is a sin to vote for Hillary Clinton. Don't go away.
Those who forsake the law praise the wicked. Those who uphold the law resist them. Welcome to the Voice of Resistance. Here's your host, Randall Terry.
In case you wondered, we are in an RV, 32-foot motor coach. We are driving through at least 6 states, over 30 cities, with a very simple message. It is a sin to vote for Hillary. If somebody says, I'm going to sin, and you say, okay, I'll help you, then you've sinned. We know that abortion is a sin. We know it's a serious sin. And Hillary has said she wants to fund abortion. She wants to fund Planned Parenthood, who's the largest killer of babies in the Western Hemisphere. She said she wants to put judges on the Supreme Court that will ensure that Roe versus Wade, the child killing ruling, that Roe versus Wade stays put. So if you help her with those goals, those stated goals of abortion, the sin of abortion, then if I help her, then me, then we're sinning. We can't help her, friends. We can't vote for her. What I'm going to do with the rest of this program is I'm going to play for you the majority of the rest of Donald Trump's Gettysburg address. It played on Saturday when a lot of people couldn't see it, and it was so powerful. It was so good. The 28 points are so compelling. And then at the very end of the broadcast, I'm going to pray or ask you to pray for us and ask you for your financial help. I'll tell you right now, if you can help us, go to the website you see on the screen, donate a tank of gas, donate a meal. There's 4 of us on this RV, and you can imagine the expense of taking a TV show like this on the road. Hope you enjoy the rest of Donald Trump's speech. Don't go away.
On the same day, I will begin taking strongly 7 actions to protect American workers. First, I will announce my intention to totally renegotiate NAFTA, one of the worst deals our country has ever made, signed by Bill Clinton, or withdraw from the deal under Article 2205. Second, I will announce our withdrawal from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, a potential disaster for our country. Third, I will direct my Secretary of the Treasury to label China a currency manipulator. China is a currency manipulator. Fourth, I will direct the Secretary of Commerce and U.S. Trade Representative to identify all foreign trading abuses that unfairly impact American workers and direct them to use every tool under American and international law to end those abuses immediately. Fifth, very importantly, I will lift the restrictions on the production of $50 trillion worth of job-producing American energy reserves, including shale, oil, natural gas, and clean coal, and we will put our miners back to work. Sixth, I will lift the Obama-Clinton roadblocks that allow for this vital energy infrastructure projects to go forward. We're going to allow the Keystone Pipeline and so many other things to move forward. Tremendous numbers of jobs and good for our country. We're going to cancel billions in payments to the United Nations climate change programs and use the money to fix America's water and environmental infrastructure. We're paying billions and billions and billions of dollars. We're going to fix our own environment. Additionally, on the first day, I will take the following 5 actions to restore security and constitutional rule of law. We have to do that. Cancel every unconstitutional executive action, memorandum, and order issued by President Obama. Second, begin the process of selecting a replacement for Justice Scalia, whose wife, by the way, has a Trump sign. His wife is a phenomenal woman. Has a Trump sign in her front yard. Isn't that nice? From one of the 20 judges on my list, you know we're going to make great decisions from 20 outstanding judges on a list that we submitted, who will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. Third, we will cancel all federal funding of sanctuary cities. Fourth, we will begin removing the more than 2 million criminal illegal immigrants from the country. These are drug dealers, gang heads, gang members, killers, and cancel visas to foreign countries that won't take them back. And when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, and they had someone who was bad, really bad, and they brought him back to the country, and the country wouldn't take him, she said, well, bring him back. We don't want to force the country to take him. There won't be one such instance if I become president, believe me.
If you own a business and would like to advertise on our program, please contact us. We are currently seen on over 130 television stations from coast to coast. We air at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then all times are local. We have a lot of reach, friend, and this is an opportunity at a great price for you to get your product or your service in front of hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people. Also, if there's something that's important to you and you'd like to have a month where you just say thank you to this ministry or promote a certain ministry or a certain cause, contact us. Our rates are incredibly affordable. You'd be surprised. And you, again, can reach into hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of homes. We're currently seen possibly in over 30 million homes. So give us a call, give us an email, and we'll put a commercial up for you.
We're going to suspend immigration from terror-prone regions where vetting cannot safely occur. All vetting of people coming into our country will be considered extreme vetting. We will be very careful. Next, I will work with Congress to introduce the following broader legislative measures and fight for their passage within the first 100 days of my administration. Middle Class Tax Relief and Simplification Act, an economic plan designed to grow the economy 4% per year and create at least 25 million new jobs through massive tax reduction and simplification in combination with trade reform, regulatory relief, and lifting the restrictions on American energy. Need that so badly. Jobs. We need jobs. Our jobs have left us. Our good jobs have really left us. The largest tax reductions are for the middle class, who have been forgotten. It's called the forgotten man and woman. They have been forgotten. The middle class with family of 2 children will get basically approximately a 35% tax cut, and that's what they can use, and that money will go back into the economy. The current number of brackets will be reduced from 7 to 3, and tax forms will likewise be greatly simplified. The business rate will be lowered from 35% to 15%, and the trillions of dollars of American corporate money overseas can now be brought back at a 10% rate. It's stuck. We can't bring it back. $2.5 to $5 trillion Companies can't get it back into the country. Some companies are actually leaving, not only because taxes are so high, but because they can't get their money, and they are actually leaving to get their money. We are going to simplify that. We're going to have them bring the money back into our country and use the money and spend the money on building our country. End the Offshoring Act. Establish tariffs to discourage companies from laying off their workers in order to relocate in other countries and ship their products back to the United States tax-free. So we will establish tariffs that when they do that, there will be consequences. We'll work with them, we'll be nice, we'll be fair, but there have to be consequences. And when they know there are consequences, our companies will stop leaving the United States and going to other countries. The American Infrastructure Act leverages public-private partnerships and private investments through tax incentives to spur $1 trillion in infrastructure investment over the next 10 years. Our infrastructure is in such trouble. We haven't fixed anything. What have we done? Our roads are broken, our bridges, our tunnels, our hospitals, our schools, and we have $20 trillion in debt, all-time high. That's true. Our VA hospitals are in bad shape, and our VA is in very, very bad shape, and we will fix that. We are going to work on fixing that because our veterans have not been treated properly. We have illegal immigrants that are treated far better in many instances than our veterans, and we're not going to have that. School Choice and Education Opportunity Act redirects education dollars to give parents the right to send their children, to public, private, charter, magnet, religious, or home schools of their choice. And so importantly, we're going to end Common Core and bring education supervision to local communities. We do so badly on education. If you look at the lists and you see Sweden, Norway, Denmark, China, different countries at the top, you see us at the bottom. And yet, by far, per pupil, more money than anybody, and it's not even close. We spend more money per pupil than anybody, not even close. We're at the bottom of the list. Other countries spending far less per pupil are at the top of the list. So obviously, our current system is not working. We will change it, and we will make it good. It expands vocational and technical education, which we've totally forgotten about in this country, and make 2- and 4-year colleges more affordable.
Friend, this program is supported by friends like you who believe in what we are doing. We run a very tight ship. Thankfully, we are on over 130 stations across the country, having tremendous impact. We get emails every day. We get letters in the mail, not every day, but almost every day. We hear from people who love what we're doing. What people don't understand is that it's sort of expensive to produce a television show like this. It doesn't require earth-shattering funds, but it does require financial help. So I am asking you, if you enjoy this program, throw us a $10 or a $20 bill every once in a while, or even a $50 or a $100 check. You see the address there on the screen. Your gifts are not tax deductible, by the way, because we want to be able to say what we want to say regarding politics without the IRS telling us no. So if you like the program, I ask for your support.
The Repeal and Replace Obamacare Act. Fully repeal Obamacare and replace it with health savings accounts. So we can do that. The health savings accounts, it's one way. There are numerous ways, but this is one very good way the ability to purchase health insurance across state lines, which we have to do because that's competition, and let states manage Medicaid funds. It will be so good. Reforms will also include cutting the red tape at the FDA. There are over 4,000 drugs awaiting approval, and we especially want to speed the approval of life-saving medications. I mean, they're looking at drugs that are looking very good, and you have terminal patients that it's over. These people, they're dying. They want to get the drug. They won't be living much longer. We're going to speed up that process very significantly. Affordable Child Care and Elder Care Act allows Americans to deduct child care and elder care from their taxes, incentivizes employers to provide on-site, and so important, child care services. And you see that with a couple of companies, and it's such a great thing to see. And creates tax-free dependent care savings accounts for both young and elderly dependents with matching contributions for low-income families. So good. End Illegal Immigration Act. Fully funds the construction of a wall on our southern border. Don't worry about it. Remember, I said Mexico's paying for the wall. With the full understanding that the country of Mexico will be reimbursing the United States for the full cost of such a wall, okay? We're going to have the wall. Mexico's going to pay for the wall. By the way, I met with the president of Mexico 2.5 months ago. Wonderful meeting, wonderful person. But I told him, this is a two-way highway, not a one-way highway. We have our people. We have to take care of our people. We have to protect our people. So it's got to be a two-way street. Otherwise, it's going to be a whole different deal. Right now, they have no consequence. They have no consequences. Also, reforms on visa rules to enhance penalties for overstaying and to ensure open jobs are offered to American workers first. Number 8, Restoring Community Safety Act reduces surging crime, drugs, and violence by creating a task force on violent crime and increasing funding for programs that train and assist your local police who are doing such a great job, believe me.
I want to invite you to go to our website. Almost every book that I have ever written is available as a PDF online for free. We have a ton of products, training materials, tools that are available for you for free. All we ask for is that you give us your email address. That's it, so that we can stay in touch with you and, yes, from time to time, ask you to support this work. So I'm inviting you, go to the website. Now, for those of you who say, well, I don't want a PDF, I want a real book. You can get one of my books. All you have to do is pay for shipping and handling and then give whatever gift you want. And if you can't afford anything, we'll send you the book for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Why are we doing all this? Because we want to change the direction of the country, and we need to raise up a fresh generation of warriors to do that. That's why we have this tool. I invite you, go to the website, see for yourself. Does God judge nations? If so, why? What does his judgment look like? And is America under the judgment of God? I answer these questions and many others using the scriptures in my book called The Judgment of God. I encourage you to go to our website and download your own PDF and study the scriptures on the judgment of God. In social revolution, peaceful social revolution, there are rules. And those rules have been established by social revolutions of the past, and the Christian community in America has failed to obey a lot of those rules, and that's why we keep losing. I put together Insurrecta Next, a 14-part television series on the history and the theology of social revolution. I encourage you to watch it. It will make you a force for righteousness, for social revolution.
We increased the resources for federal law enforcement agencies and federal prosecutors to dismantle criminal gangs and put violent offenders behind bars or out of our country and into the country where they came from. Restoring National Security Act, which rebuilds our military by eliminating the defense sequester, which has been very tough on our military, and expanding military investment. Now, at no time, practically, do we need a military like right now. We don't want to use it, but it's peace through strength. We need a strong military. Our military is so terribly depleted. It also provides our great veterans with the ability to receive public VA treatment or attend a private doctor of their choice. If they're waiting online, and I have the plan up, and we've gotten, as you know, tremendous support from veterans, from law enforcement, from veterans, from the military, tremendous support. But if they're waiting online, and you see it, 22 suicides a day, people don't even believe it, 22 a day. But if they're waiting online for 7 days, 6 days, 9 days, they can't get to see a doctor, and a simple procedure or a simple prescription can solve their problem, and they become very sick, and they die. They die waiting in line. We're going to give them the power to go across the street to a local doctor, a private doctor, a public hospital, or a private hospital, all looking to help and all looking to do business. And we'll pay the bill. So much cheaper, but much more importantly, the veterans will finally be taken care of properly, because what they're going through now is unacceptable. Also, we're going to protect our vital infrastructure from the new thing. It's called cyber attack. It establishes new screening procedures for immigration to ensure those who are admitted to our country support our people and our values. We want people that love our country or can love our country, and people that will love our citizens. We want people that can love us. And there are ways through talent of determining that, and other countries do, but we don't. Just come on in, folks, come on in. Clean Up Corruption in Washington Act enacts tough new ethic reforms to reduce the corrupting influence of special interests and donors on our politics. On November 8th, Americans will be voting for this 100-day plan to restore prosperity to our country, secure our communities, and honesty to our government. This is my pledge to you. And if we follow these steps, we will once more have a government of, by, and for the people. And importantly, we will make America great again. Believe me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope that you enjoyed Donald Trump's speech. I know that I did. And if that message can get out, there's so much clarity, there's so much promise, there's so much hope there. That's the message, the policies that will help him become the president and to defeat Hillary. And even if you're not going to vote for Donald Trump, let's set that aside for a minute. I'm telling you before God who made us that it is a sin to vote for Hillary because of her policies. If you help her into the White House, you have helped her commit grave sins against innocent blood. Please consider. Meditate on what I'm saying. Go to our website. We have flyers there that you can download and print and distribute in your church. We have banners, 6-foot by 3-foot banners that you can take to a Kinko's or an Office Depot and print on vinyl and stand and hold in front of churches. You see what we're doing with this van, with this RV rather. You can do it in miniature in your own town and send the message to the Christian community. We cannot sin with our vote. If you like what we're doing, I ask you to please contribute a tank of gas. Go online, send us a check in the mail, whatever. It takes a lot of money to take this program on the road and to keep this RV rolling down the road, keep everyone fed. I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your support. God be with you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be broadcasting from the road in one of the cities that we're in Florida.
Mm-hmm.